Well, now this is a heck of a sight to come home to. Yep, the entire pool decided it wanted to no longer be a pool. This is definitely not what I was expecting when I got home. Yeah, it was together when I left, and then, you know, get home, and now the pool's completely destroyed. I think probably the most irritating part about that is I have just spent the last 20 hours basically getting it cleaned up and prepped and ready for the season, and all that time was wasted. This kind of makes me think a lot about how sometimes when you get smashed with stuff, you just keep getting smashed over and over. And in this particular circumstance, it's me losing this pool. Now I've got to start thinking, okay, do I want to go through the headache and the hassle of buying a new one? Now, I don't know how much something like this costs because this is still pretty fresh. So now I got to hop on the computer and start Googling how much pools are and measure this one and figure out what to do with it. This pool came with the house, and you know, I haven't really had to do any major work besides replace the pool deck and the filter and the pool pump and, you know, all the normal accompaniments that come with a pool, such as chemicals. You know, that's kind of just cost of doing business. It's maintenance stuff, so it's not the end of the world. But I've got a couple $1,000s worth of, you know, equipment and decking that was done. Spent a lot of time on this thing, and now it's broken, and I don't think we can fix it. It has completely folded the wall, which is this metal debris. It's bent all of the edges. Down here, we can see everything's bent and broken. I don't know what broke the system. I'm thinking whatever happened, maybe the wall gave out, because right where the ladder is kind of like where the most damage has occurred. So I'm thinking something happened over there to cause the pool to fall apart. The other side seems to have fared worse. This entire support is completely folded. Even the one down there is folded as well. I don't even think if I was to straighten this thing up, I don't even think there's a chance of recovery. So I think this is a total loss for the pool. Whatever happened, it took an entire 6x6 and washed it into the woods. It even moved all of the stuff that I had underneath of it, such as these, about 40-50 foot away. So it must have been a ton of water flowing through here. I can only imagine that this is probably going to be, if I was to purchase the pool at cost, is probably $3 to $4 grand, excluding however much time it takes to put it up. Now, obviously, if we pay somebody, it'll be significantly more than that. And who knows, maybe I'm way off in left field with my pricing, and maybe it's way more expensive once I actually start Googling it. But I think this is going to be a project that I might not fix. I might actually throw this away and start over with something different. Maybe what I have to do is I have to make the deck into its own, like, seating area outside. I don't know. Maybe it's an elevated seating area. Maybe I can come up with some kind of strategy for it. But I don't know if I want to go through the headache of putting another pool back in the ground. I think one of the benefits of having a pool is for when my kids decide that they want to have people come over, it's easier to have everybody come to our house and make that the play area versus going somewhere else or a community pool. And I've got nothing against community pools. That's what I used to do when I was a kid, and I'm kind of thinking that might be what I do now. But my other concern is, okay, so I get rid of the broken pool, I fix the deck, I close off the one side, because the one side's wide open, so you can just like jump right off if you're, you know, hanging out. So if I fix that side of the deck, get rid of the pool, well, I still have all the equipment and all of the chemicals that are still left over that I got to figure out what I want to do with it. I think that's going to be the next problem I have to figure out. Part of the fun of homeownership is unexpected costs. And by fun, I'm being a little silly. We all know that these bills and these expenses are not fun. They're not pleasant, and they always come out of nowhere at the worst possible times. I'm usually on the other end of this, where I'm usually telling somebody that, hey, there's something catastrophically wrong with your septic system or with your well. And in this particular circumstance, it's now me dealing with a catastrophic failure of my own. And this makes me think, as a homeowner, you have to kind of triage the situation. So I know that this is going to be an expensive fix. Now I've got to start thinking, well, how urgent is this to fix? Do I need to do this now? Maybe I wait. Do I need to fix it at all? And that's kind of how it is with the well and septic world. If you have, let's say, a distribution box that is starting to fall apart, do you have to immediately fix it, or can you get to it at some point? Well, it depends on how bad is it, right? So, for example, we had a hole pop up about 3 years ago in the liner. We patched it. That hole's filled pretty good, no problem. And that's actually not the failure point. I really did think the patch was going to be the failure point, but it doesn't seem like the patch was the failure point, which was kind of weird. But for the distribution box, if it's starting to fall apart, water's still flowing, you know, you plan to kind of get to it eventually, but let's say your roof also needs to get done. and you want to spend more time focusing on that first. Could you? Sure, of course. You're triaging the situation, meaning you are picking the priority thing to address. So in my circumstance, the priority thing to address is getting rid of the debris, cleaning up the yard, putting everything back to where it should be. From there, I think we have to come up with a game plan of cost benefit. So a pool is nice. Is a pool necessary? No. Do I need a pool? No. And then I got to think, well, how often do I swim in this? Well, once every other week kind of deal. So often, but not super often. Is it cheaper to do a pool membership? I don't know. These are all questions I have to start asking myself. And these are questions that you as a homeowner have to ask yourself too when things start to go wrong. Is it broken enough to where you have to address it? Things break all the time. Things get worn out. Things start to get damaged. You don't have to fix everything that starts to go bad on your house. If it's mission critical, of course, fix it. If it's not that bad, maybe let it keep going. For example, I see all the time storm doors. The little thing that pushes the door back, those little things, whatever that is, I see those broken on houses all the time. They're probably 40 bucks. I don't know how much they are. I don't even know what they're called, but they're probably not that expensive. But they're broken all the time, and people don't fix them. And the reason people don't fix them is because, is it useful? Yeah. But is it urgent? No, because you can still close the door. You just pull it shut instead of letting it close on its own. So most people have to think about what is going to benefit them in the long run. And sometimes fixing the door is just not worth it. And I think that's where I'm at on this pool. You have to sit there and think about it for a little bit. You can't just rush into a project. I want to see, is the pool something I really want? Is this something that would be very beneficial to me? Or is this just a luxury that it was cool while I had it? And I've said for years that if it ever broke, I would just get rid of the stupid thing, because I spent a lot of time fighting with it. I'm not a big pool guy. They're really annoying. You have to maintenance them, you have to take care of them. It's a lot of extra stuff. It's kind of like mowing the lawn, and I hate mowing the lawn. It's like an added mowing the lawn thing for me. So I need to think, is this something I want to fix? Is this something that I find of value? And right now I kind of lean towards the answer is no. But obviously I'll take you along with me, and we'll talk about all of the ups and downs of getting rid of this thing, because I assume I can take it to the dump. I don't know. It's partially metal, but it's also vinyl, I guess. I would assume that there's some recyclables to it. And then I got to sell all of the equipment if I decide not to fix it. So that's going to be a process in and of itself. Maybe I'm going to take you on this journey, and I think that we can learn together about what this project really entails as far as decommissioning the pool, fixing the deck, getting rid of the equipment that I no longer need. And I hope that you, my dear viewer, want to hang out and stick around for that journey. So I guess this is technically episode 1 in our adventure of trying to figure out what to do. And, I will update you as soon as I think about it overnight. Till next time, guys.